Marilyn Hollis, a 32-year-old woman residing in Tennessee, had recently discovered she was pregnant. However, she had developed a rare type of ectopic pregnancy and needed an abortion immediately. Due to Tennessee's abortion ban, she had to receive an emergency hysterectomy, a surgical procedure that removes your uterus. The doctors, when Hollis had originally started severely bleeding, had even told Hollis to write her will. Not only this, but Hollis's baby had been delivered so premature that she had been in an incubator for a month. Unfortunately, this is just one of multiple similar stories, and this one has a happier ending. Women are constantly on the forefront of this movement, arguing for their bodily autonomy. Why does our government constantly fail to protect their women and minorities? How long should we stand and watch as our rights to joy, to freedom, and to life are taken away by the hands of ignorant politicians?
I'm Varshini Suresh.
Hello, I am Manisha Ramalingam.
I'm Prathik Kalamegam, and you're tuning in to another episode of Choice Matters. We're located in Charlotte, North Carolina, and we give information about everything regarding abortions. Today's episode originates from a week of hard work, and we'll be presenting it today, September 28th, 2023.
That's right, Prathik. In today's episode, we'll talk about the various debates over whether abortion is right, the stance the founding fathers would have taken regarding this topic, what the role of religion would have held in this debate, and whether the state or federal government should be in charge and take reins upon this topic.
This brings us to the history of abortion. Most Americans have heard that Roe v. Wade was overturned last year in July. So what's the history of the Roe v. Wade case? Roe v. Wade, which was originally ruled in 1973, in which the court ruled that the Constitution of the United States protected the right to an abortion. This case was, however, repealed by Dobbs v. Jackson Women's Health Organization, in which the court held that the Constitution of the United States does not confer a right to an abortion, and that it is the state's duty to determine abortion laws. Due to the complex nature of the topic itself, however, this resulted in various states either upholding abortion rights or stripping women of their right to get an abortion.
Today, we are diving deep into the complex topic of abortion. We will take a deep dive into the recent overturnings of Roe v. Wade, explore the founding fathers' perspectives on this issue, discuss the role of religion in the abortion debate, and even touch on the ongoing battle between state and federal governments.
To add on, abortion has always been a highly controversial topic. This is due to the clashing beliefs between pro-life believers, who believe that life starts at conception, versus pro-choice believers, who believe that bodily autonomy and abortions are crucial medical procedures. People who take a stance against abortion believe that life begins at conception. Therefore, protecting life even before birth is the humane choice. Pro-life individuals consistently make the repeated claim that since life begins at conception, fetuses can feel pain, opting to voice against abortion. However, there's a great weak point in the argument of pro-life supporters. The Time Union states that the human egg is a single living cell and becomes a one-cell embryo if it successfully combines with a live sperm. No new life is formed. Rather, the egg and sperm are already alive, and fertilization is not instantaneous. Therefore, based on this quote, we can determine that life is a continuum. Conception doesn't initiate life. Consequently, fetuses cannot feel pain until the third trimester at earliest, which is the 27th week of pregnancy. Abortions predominantly occur before the 21st week, and unless it's a dire emergency regarding the life of the person giving birth, these abortions do not occur after this period.
Wait, Manisha and Varshini, I agree with all your points, but that's not all that affects this issue. Religious beliefs intertwine deeply into this topic. Conservative Christians use the narrative of religious freedom as stated by the First Amendment, which grants American citizens the right to religion, assembly, press, petition, and speech. They claim that abortions go against their belief systems, which results in the firm belief of a majority of Christians to place extreme and stringent restrictions on abortion rights.
An example of politicians using religion to support their political campaigns would be Ron DeSantis, a firm advocate of anti-abortion policies. He claims that he is a child of God and a firm protector of traditional beliefs when commenting on Florida's abortion bans. This asserts how intertwined religion and policy making truly are.
Exactly. No one can deny a person's perspective entirely when using the basis of religion. However, due to these abortion bans, we start hearing more and more stories of women risking their lives in favor of upholding religious rights.
This raises yet another question. How much should religion play an impact on abortion, politics even? To assist in answering this question, we will be inviting Tuhina Dash, who will be our guest speaker today.
I'm Tuhina Dash. Thank you so much for having me on the show today.
To start off with our questions, let me ask you, how do you think religion is affecting different perspectives on the matter of abortion?
I completely agree with your guys' statements made about religion. Religion and spirituality are at the cornerstone of our identities, so naturally they tend to govern our sentiments and affect our worldviews. While more overarching religions, such as Christianity, view it as a moral decision, smaller religions like Buddhism view the issue from a multitude of perspectives, factoring in ethics with the other circumstances that surround the decision.
Thanks for your input on that, Tahina. Let's step back a bit in time, though. How do you think this issue would have gone if it was happening during the Federalist-Anti-Federalist debate?
From a Federalist and Anti-Federalist standpoint, the Federalists would have advocated for a separation of the church from the state, something that pro-choice advocates have pinpointed as a potential source of the overturning, claiming that the judges placed their personal conservative Christian beliefs above those of others, a statement that gives way to an entirely separate issue, the extent to which religious beliefs govern politics. Keeping politics secular is a vast undertaking, but the first step to doing so is likely to educate the public of the dangers of not doing so with concrete examples and go from there. Additionally, it's important to look at the constitutional roots and the timeline of the issue as a whole. According to Cornell Law School, the 14th Amendment's concept of liberty clearly protects a woman's decision to carry a pregnancy to term. Now, according to the New York Times, as of now, there is currently a pro-choice majority, which likely contributed to the widespread outcry over the overturning of Roe v. Wade. Like other areas of public policy, abortion remains controversial, but the opinion of it has remained relatively stable as compared to other hot-button topics, such as the legalization of marijuana, likely due to the lack of influx and new information surrounding the issue, which, when coupled with the long-standing religious views and a vast degree of political polarization, is unlikely to tip the scale either way.
Great points, Tahina. It's essential to understand the historical context and how beliefs have evolved over time.
All right, folks, you've heard a wide range of perspectives on this issue. Should abortion be decided at the national or state level? Should it be legalized nationwide? We've tackled the influence of religion on this debate, the historical context, and the real-world impact. Currently, we see that religious beliefs are deeply intertwined with the decision-making processes at both federal and state levels. However, it's crucial to separate religious beliefs from policy decisions to ensure everyone's rights are protected.
Absolutely, Manisha. Choice Matters believes that the national government should have the ultimate say on abortion. Last summer's overturning of Roe v. Wade made it a state issue, resulting in stricter abortion bans in certain regions. Pro-choice doesn't necessarily mean pro-abortion. Rather, it means that regardless of your own personal beliefs, you shouldn't let them inhibit another person's choice. And we believe that this choice is the most crucial of them all. America has been risking their stance as a country. By banning abortion, what does this say about the core standards of our country? Life, liberty, and property? What happened to the so-called guaranteed protection of freedom? Pro-life supporters fail to realize by forcing women to give birth, they reinforce the narrative that America is not a safe place for everyone, just for those who write the laws.
And those who typically write the laws are cisgendered, heterosexual, white males. What a surprise.
Women are far more greater than simply be given the title for those who give birth. They shouldn't be risking their own lives in a battle not only against their bodies, but now the government. We shouldn't force women into motherhood. Rather, it should be a choice that originates from themselves.
And that's a wrap for today's episode of Choice Matters. Cases like Marion Hollis should not become a norm in our country. Let's uplift the right to choose and let us lead a new generation of leaders and advocates. Listeners, what's your final stance in regard to abortion? How can we strive to make sure our country upholds its name? United, this is just one topic. Many topics remain argued today, such as the legalization of marijuana and gun rights. We hope this podcast has allowed you to become more open-minded. I'm Prathik Kalamegam.
I'm Varshini Suresh. Thanks for joining us at Choice Matters. Until next time, we're tuning out.
We'd like to give credits to Varshini for editing and publishing our podcast, as well as making a thorough final script. Credits for Manisha and Tuhina for researching on specific examples on the effects of abortion and getting quotes that help determine our perspectives. And Prathik for editing audio and making sure our podcast remains easily digestible and readable through transitioning our ideas properly.